Oh my god, hey. I haven't filmed a video in like a video like where I sit down and talk for a while. Um and I just figured that it was long overdue and that it was time. And yeah. Um in case you haven't noticed, I'm blonde. I I've got pretty messy hair right now. I just woke up like not that long ago. I ate breakfast and then I immediately sat down and was like, let's just film a video. I actually filmed a video while I was making breakfast, but I decided I didn't like it, so we're doing this now. I hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing great. Most people don't really watch these videos, so I'm not all that worried about it. But for those of you who do, I know there's like a few people who comment on like every video and I see them and they're like regulars and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love them. They're so cool. So you people, you know who you are. Like, I recognize you and I remember you. So yeah, it's nice. Essentially, I've been doing a lot of things recently. It's been a busy summer, but a slow summer at the same time. I feel like I experience like a bit of sadness during summertime. Like I just am more low. I don't know if it's because during like I don't know, the month of May or like during around that time, like right before my summer like season really starts, like when I'm doing classes and assignments and all that crap, I am like busting my ass to make sure I don't fail at the last second. I'm like, oh my God, anything that I didn't turn in last minute, do it now, all of these things. And so I feel like I'm always running, like right before summer happens. And then when it does happen, I'm like, shit, what the fuck do I do now? I need to not cuss. YouTube doesn't like it when you cuss, but anyone who's watched my videos would know I cuss like a sailor sometimes. So yeah, there's that. I don't know how I feel about the blonde. Every other day I change my mind about it. Some days I'm like, it's gorgeous. Other days I'm like, I hate it. I'm especially like more apprehensive right now because I'm not wearing like a single inch of makeup on my face. So I'm like, I don't know, you know? But yeah. Um, I feel like during summertime, I just kind of am lower than I am during the rest of the time, like during the rest of the year. And so that's just part of it. I think it's also because I like to keep myself busy, as we all do, I'm sure. And during summer, I like, if I don't have summer plans already set, then I have to kind of make them as it's happening. And that's, I guess, more overwhelming. I feel like this summer has been a lot of stop and start. Like, I would be really busy for like a week or two, and I'd be like going hard, doing certain things. And then all of a sudden, I wouldn't be busy anymore. And then I would just be like, what do I do now? And then I would just sit there and lay on the couch for days and days, not doing anything, not move. I would just be like, life is nothing. And then some other thing would eventually come up and I'd be like, okay, gotta pull myself out of this hole and do stuff again. However, I had made like a list of questions. Part of the list is like a list that I pulled from like just questions that I think like would be fun to answer. Because I've never done a Q&A. You know why? Because nobody's asking me fucking questions. Nobody cares. Although I do sometimes see questions in my comment sections, and usually I just respond to them right away. But I feel like some of them are more thought out, you know? And more, I can't speak. Sometimes I have to sort of expand further on them. I feel like just commenting and replying isn't enough. Um, so yeah. I will say, however, I made this video like a long time ago and not thinking that it would get any traction. And it was like the Mexican American ancestor DNA test thing. And it was all over the place. But all of the comments are just people fighting over shit that I like have nothing to do with. All of the, if you go to the comments section of like the Mexican American ancestor DNA test results situation, it's like it's just people fighting about random shit. Like, there's these people who are like, oh my God, like, what was it? Some people were saying they're like, she, it's all over the place. Some people were talking about how, like, people like to get in fights with me about me, like, just being not Mexican enough, I guess. Some people were, like, fighting because they were, like, just fighting amongst themselves. There was this one lady in the comment section. I'm not Italian at all, but she was trying to convince me that I was Italian. It was really funny. Anyway, moving on. I get a bunch of questions, like, things like that. Like, I got questions under that video asking if I spoke Spanish, things like that. But I'm going to ignore all of that and just answer whatever I want to answer. Do dreams have a deeper meaning? I believe that they do. I know that some people strongly believe that, like, their dreams have, like, a meaning, like, outside of their kind of head kind of meaning. Like, I know some people, they think that if they have a dream of, like, a person who's dead visiting them, that means that they're, like, actually visiting them. No disrespect to that. I mean, believe what you want to believe, but I don't see that as realistic whatsoever. In my mind, if you're dreaming about, like, a dead person that you knew coming and talking to you, I think that's just your brain's way of grieving and healing. I don't really take it into a spiritual sense like that. I think that your dreams do have meaning, but some I think are deeper than others. Like, some dreams I think are just, well, you watched that movie earlier in that day, so it's in your mind, or I don't know, you did that thing. Like, if you've got a dream that you got attacked by a dog at the park and you saw a dog, what am I saying? And you saw a movie earlier that day about a dog attack. It you know, it's pretty easily correlated to just random shit. I do think that, like, more well thought out dreams do have deeper meaning, and I feel like your subconscious tries to talk to you. Your subconscious tries to tell you things to protect you. So yeah, I do think dreams have a deeper meaning. Not all dreams. Some are just whatever was going on in your head that day. If you won the lottery, what would your today look like in 5 years? Oh my God. Oh, so different. I feel like everybody, their lives would look drastically different. If I won the lottery, what would my today look like 5 years? Well, currently I'm trying to lose some weight, and it's hard, but it's a lot easier if you have, like, a personal trainer and, like, a dietitian. And, like, if you've got a team of people helping you do anything, that thing automatically becomes much easier. So I probably would have lost some weight by then. And I would have, let's see, I would have moved. I would have moved, and I would have, yeah, I'd be thinner, and I would have moved, and I probably would have released a lot more music by now. Like, releasing music takes a lot of time, energy, and sometimes money on my part out of me, you know? So, there's that. I feel like it's a big investment that I put into myself, for sure. Whether or not that investment will pay off, I don't know. I don't know the future. I can only hope. Let's see. If you didn't know your age, how old would you think you'd be? Ew. God, it depends on the day. Some days, I really do think that I mentally am acting 17. Other days, I feel like I'm acting like I'm in my 40s. Like, it just depends. I don't know, it depends on how you're feeling that day. I like the analogy, I heard this analogy one time, that whenever you turn another age, you're not just that age, you're all the years that came before. So I'm turning 20 this year. I'm not just going to be 20, I'm going to be 19, but I'll also be 18 and 17 and 16. You get the fucking point. Like, even though I'll be 20 years old, there'll still be a toddler deep inside, you know what I mean? I like that. I feel like that really makes a lot of sense. Do you believe in love at first sight? No, obviously not. However, there was, I think there was this one time. I just came back from like San Diego Pride recently. It was really fun. I had a great time. Yeah, it was wonderful. Maybe I'll post like some small clips from that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. It was a great time. And I how does this fall into this? I do feel like I felt like at one point like I believed in love at first sight, like maybe when I was like really little. But I don't feel like that's realistic now. I do feel as though the whole concept of love at first sight, it I mean, it's not realistic. I also don't believe in like one soulmate. I don't believe that there's like one person that you're supposed to end up with. Truthfully, I think there's millions of good options for you out there. I don't think there's anyone on the face of the earth that is 100% compatible with you. But there's people who are like 90% compatible with you that are like almost perfect for you, you know? And there's a lot of those. And I feel like you could realistically make a relationship work with a bunch of those. So there's that. I definitely don't feel as though soulmates is like a real concept though. And I don't believe in love at first sight, no. So yeah. How do you measure success? If I achieved the goal? I know that's like kind of a different question for everyone, but I don't know, if I achieved whatever I was trying to achieve, like if the goal was to walk 20 miles and I only walked to 10, I'll be like, oh, that's awesome. You know, they say shoot for the moon, land among the stars, but I don't know, if you achieve it, I don't think I would have. If I were to want to walk 20 miles and only walk 10, I don't think I'd consider that a success. I'd consider that one step closer to success, I feel like. I feel like, you know, halfway there, but yeah, no. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of your life? It's always these like deep philosophical questions that I that I kept. The meaning of life, there is none. I don't think there is a meaning to life per se. I really don't feel as though that's a real concept. I feel like meaning and purpose is a very human idea. I feel like it's a very human concept, and humans really want it to be real, and so that's why they push it so hard. Yeah, I feel like that's a very just human thing. And because it's such a human thing, I don't feel like it exists outside of us humans, and I don't think it exists like in the actual realm of things, if I'm not making any sense. I feel like people want to assign purpose and meaning to things because it makes them feel good, because they feel like they need that purpose. I don't think there's a purpose outside of the one that you give, you know? Like, I've been asked if I believe in, like, fate and destiny before. No. I don't think that there's a fate or a destiny. I think you just do whatever the fuck you want to do. I think one day I was born, and as time goes on, like, I have less and less opportunities from there. Like, I feel like one day I was born into the world, and there was, like, a set of opportunities and options that I could have, and different things that I could follow through on and pursue on. And as I've gotten older, those things get smaller. Those opportunities kind of start to crumble and fall away a little bit, you know? Because I'm going in different directions, you know? If I follow one path, I can only follow so many paths at the same time. After a while, I can't follow the others. And so I feel like part of it is circumstantial. I won't say that none of it is. Yes, I do believe you control your life, you control your destiny. However, part of it is circumstantial, and I think I'd be unrealistic if I said it wasn't. Who you are, the kind of world you're born into, where you're born, the family you're born into, the people you're born with, the body you're born with. There's a lot of things that determine a lot of factors in how you can move forward. I mean, we can't choose where we start, but we can choose where we go from there. And so I didn't answer the question. I just roundabouted the whole thing. I was like, ignore. So yeah, meaning to life. Is there a meaning to life? And if so, what's the meaning of my life? I don't think there's a meaning to life other than the one that you assign to yourself. I mean, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in a God, and I'm not very spiritual either. I'm pretty secular for the most part, and so I don't think that there's some omnipotent being that was like, I'm gonna make Julia, and then I'm gonna make a purpose for her, and then I'm just gonna sit here and watch as she lives her life and fulfills the purpose that I signed for her. Like, I don't think that's happening. I genuinely think I was just born one day. Here I am now, and there was no rhyme or reason to it. There was no purpose. I don't think that means that life is meaningless, though. Like, I may not have a purpose that was predestined by some omnipotent being or by others, but that doesn't mean that I can't craft and create one for myself. I feel like it's very hard, though. So yeah, there's that. The short answer is no. What is the meaning of life? Whatever I make it. There you go. If you restarted your life from scratch, would you end in the same place? I mean, yeah. I feel like now is one of those times where I feel like I've made a decent amount of progress personally, but I don't feel like I've made enough progress in the areas that I want to make progress in. Recently I've been feeling kind of stagnant, and I want to get past certain things, and I want to do more. I think if I restarted my life, I'd still be in this exact same spot because I'm only 19, and I feel like not enough has happened for me yet. I'm trying my best, though. I try harder. But yeah, I'm trying to make things happen. That's not easy, though. Oh my god, the reflection. Yeah. Question 19. This is important. I'm like skipping a lot of them because I'm like, nah. But 19 is one of my lucky numbers. What is one part of your everyday routine that you'd be better off without? I watch TV almost every day of my life, or I scroll through my phone almost every day of my life. I feel like a lot of people do that. I would be most definitely better off without it. Like 100% no arguments needed. I would be so much fucking better if I just didn't plop my ass in front of a television screen every day. I should probably stop doing that. I don't know that I watch TV every day, but almost every day. Multiple times a week, for sure. So yeah. What would you try if you knew you wouldn't fail? Releasing an album. Or, I don't know, auditioning for a Broadway show, or auditioning for a film, or just, I don't know. I've got a lot of aspirations, especially creative endeavors and things like that. I don't know. Always wanted to be an actor. Why not? If I knew I wouldn't fail, I would just, I mean, I'm already doing those things. I'm already like doing auditions, and I'm already currently working on an album on my own. So I'm already doing those things. It's just if I knew I wasn't going to fail, I'd be a lot more reassured. I'd get more sleep at night. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah. What's a question you wish people would ask when they meet you for the first time? That's a good question. I'm gonna wrap this video up soon because it's been going on for way too long. A question I wish people would ask when they met me for the first time. What is that? I'm gonna say, I wish that they would ask me how I'd want to be remembered, because I feel like if you ask someone how they want to be remembered, that's a pretty good way to summarize and sum up like what they want to give to the world. And I think that's probably one of the most important things about people, is identifying what it is they want to give from the world. I feel like some people only want to take. I mean, not that taking is necessarily wrong. I don't think selfish actions are always bad, Being a little selfish, I feel like, is important, but I would ask, what do they want to be remembered for? What do they want to give to the world, etc., etc. Something, that's what I'd want to be asked. Yeah, something big and profound. I'm very philosophical, unfortunately. I feel like this video has been very scrambled and all over the place. At one point, I started talking about San Diego Pride and then lost my train of thought and started talking about something else. There's certain people in my life who recently have been super fucking adamant. I need to stop cussing. Have been so adamant that I have ADD. They're like convinced that I have attention deficit disorder. I don't know, maybe. I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to self-diagnose myself because no, I don't agree. I don't think you should ever self-diagnose. If you suspect something's going on, go see a professional. But I don't know. It's possible, but I feel like at this point in my life, I already have dyslexia and I have dysgraphia and dyscalculia too. Like, I should make videos about those, but I don't feel the need to add to the pile of crap. Like, there's so much on my plate mentally already, like, in terms of just neurodivergency and having just a really different kind of brain, that I don't want to do anything further to it. I really don't want to add, like, it's possible that I have ADD, but I don't think I'm mentally ready to try and handle that. It's very possible, especially since I know that I definitely do have some signs and symptoms of it, and I know that women especially are oftentimes diagnosed later in life because for whatever reason they're missed in childhood. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But if I do, well, fuck. But also, I feel like so many symptoms of ADD I feel like would be hard to diagnose. And I feel like it could be easily misdiagnosed because a lot of the symptoms could correlate with symptoms of other things, you know? Like, something that I've been struggling with, especially recently, is like having a really tough time starting tasks and like finishing tasks. It's always been hard for me, but especially recently, those things are just extra rough. I will say that there's been times where those sort of things, I've thought to myself, damn, how come other people don't struggle with it as much as I do? Like, I'm like, damn, I feel like this is way harder than it should be for me. So it's possible, but I don't know. That's a rabbit hole I'm gonna fall down another day because I don't feel like dealing with it now. There's just too much going on in life. This video is gonna be so long. I'm gonna wrap it up with one last question and we're gonna move on with our life. Also, I think I forgot to mention this. I'm working on like 2 collaborations right now with 2 different friends of mine. Me and my friend Karis recently wrote a song together called New Shape. It comes out July 28th. Shameless self-promotion. No one's gonna make it to the end of the video though, so like no one's gonna, if you're still here watching this part of the video, like, oh my fucking god, you're a real one, for real. No fucking way. Yeah, no one's gonna make it this far. Don't even stress. Oh, okay, we're gonna end on a really dumb one. What happens if aliens are real? Fuck if I know. I feel like there probably is other life out there somewhere in the giant vastness of space. Whether it's like intelligent life though, I don't know. And if it is intelligent life, I feel like I don't really care. And and I feel like they don't really care about us. Like if aliens are real, they may not know about us, they may not know we're here, and if they do know that we're here, they probably are just like, whatever. It's just these ants running around, I don't care. Like, I feel like aliens wouldn't give 2 fucks, you know? That's just me. If aliens are real, cool, but I don't feel like they're gonna care about us. And even if they did care about us, like, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing good, and if you have made it to this far in the video, congrats, because you've spent like 25 minutes of your time listening to me rant and answer random philosophical questions. I don't think I answered that many questions too. I'd have to go back and count and like watch the video and see how many. But I guarantee you I didn't get past 10 questions because I just like to sit here and fucking talk. I talk like I got something to say. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. Like I said, if you've made it this far, me and my friend Karis, our new song, New Shape, July 28th. Yeah. All right. I'm going to wrap this shit up. I hope everyone's having a good day, and maybe I'll make a video again soon. Don't judge my messy hair, and don't judge me. I just woke up.